Hello, I am Melinda Everett. I am a close to my heart independent consultant, and today I'm going to show you how to do three-step stamping and make this really cute card that we find in the the Annual Inspirations catalog from Close to My Heart. I am going to use the Thoughtful Bird. I'm going to use just the stamp set, and you can buy just a stamp set or you can buy it with the thin cuts, which allows you to cut out the bird. But we're going to stamp directly onto this card. This white daisy is going to go on there. We're not going to have to cut the bird out. So I'm starting with a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch card base that I got from the Value Pack Cards and Envelopes. You get 50 of them for $14.95. Great deal. Has envelopes and card bases, very high quality. I am using the Enchantment Fundamentals. We are almost sold out of those, so if you decide that you want them, you need to go ahead and get them. This is the New England Ivy and White Stripe. I used 1/2 inch by 5 1/2 inches, and I went ahead and adhered it to the side of the outside part of the card base. It's a little bit bigger than what I'm going to need, but I'll be able to stamp this and overlap it onto it, so that would be great. I'm going to take this is three-step stamping. I'm going to take the base of the bird, and I'm using Bashful ink. It's a very light ink. It's gonna make this bird, you're not gonna really see the base, it's just gonna kind of glow, which I love. I'm stamping on a Versamat. Many people will flip it over and use the foam side. I don't tend to do that. I'm stamping on an oak table, which is a really good table. It doesn't have any give. So on this one, I've already stamped it a few times. I don't find that I need the foam that you get in the stamp set underneath it because it's stamping really well. So I'm going to ink it up really well, and then I'm going to come, about halfway down and stamp my base of my bird. There you go. As it dries, it kind of fills in a little bit. Looks a little splotchy right now, but it won't be when I'm done. The next one I'm going to pick up is the second level of the bird, and I'm going to stamp it in almond ink. You hear the rain out there? It is pouring. Okay, and I'm going to ink it up really, really well, and I'm going to make sure that I am as lined up as I can possibly be. There we go. Ooh, really good. Sometimes I'm better at it than others. And then the next one I'm going to do is the third level. There he is. He is well loved. And I'm going to use toffee ink. We've been stamping him in sapphire, which kind of stains it a little bit, but I can still see through it. I'm going to ink that up really good, and then I'm going to take my time and make sure I think that is good. There we go. Ooh, I did a good job. Look how nice he looks. Isn't he pretty? And I'm going to close that up. Now I'm going to take saffron for the beak. It's an awfully bright, dark yellow, and it's a little darker than what I want, so I am going to second generation stamp the beak, which means I'm going to ink him up. I'm going to stamp him first on my scrap paper, and then I'm going to come over here and stamp him there. Isn't he pretty? He is so pretty. He really is. Okay, this one they've used black, so I'm going to go ahead and use black. But they haven't, looks to me like they haven't used his whole, his legs are not quite as dark. I've stamped him a couple of times. So what I'm going to do, there's a couple ways to do it. I could put the Post-it note over, or which I may do. I may just go ahead and do the Post-it note. And you can use washi tape. And I'm going to ink real good, and then I'm going to take off that Post-it note because I definitely do not want that on there. And then I'm going to go ahead and stamp. Oh yeah, I like that much better. It makes his legs just a little bit shorter, which is what I think they did here. Now the next thing I'm going to do is the tail. The branch goes behind the tail. And in order to do that, I'm going to have to, I actually took the second one, I took the almond, the second level, and I stamped it on the top of a Post-it note. And then I cut it out. Not really fantastically great, but just cut it out enough so see I can mask his tail and get the branch. And I'm using nutmeg. And I am going to, let me see what I want to do here. Yeah, I was kind of looking at the picture. What I'm trying to do is copy this picture exactly. And so I'm going to go and down. I want it to go behind the tail a little bit, but not entirely, so I think that's probably good. Where the mask is sitting, there will be no stamp, which is what I want. See, there you go. So it looks like it's going beside him and all that, so I like that. I think that looks really good. And now I am going to do the leaves. Now with the leaves, a lot of them, they've given me a stamp. I'm using New England Ivy. For the branch, I don't think I told you, I use nutmeg. And so what I'm gonna do is, I think I'm gonna initially just use one of the leaves here, make sure I've got it inked up. I'll come back later and do some of the others. Let me see, I'm kind of referring to the picture. Let's see. I'm going to do maybe one there. And let's see. I'm going to do a couple of the double ones because I can always just stamp off a few times, and if I need to use the separate ones, I can see through my stamp, so I know exactly where I am placing it. This is not going to be exactly like the picture, but that's okay. That's what you get to do. When you're stamping, you get to do it any way you want. There we go. Isn't that pretty? Okay, and then I think I want to do, okay, I need to clean that off because and I'm just gonna clean it off by doing that, and then I like to use my fingers. And then I'm going to use the smaller leaf and put it right here. And then I think I'll use the other smaller leaf, the same smaller leaf for and do one more. Okay, there we go. There, isn't that pretty? I am very happy with that. So I got that. Now I am looking at the picture and I can't exactly see what the thank you is done, but I am going to do it in the in green, in the New England Ivy. It'll kind of bring in the whole thing there. So there we go. Isn't that pretty? I like the font. Very pretty font. And then we've got one more piece that we're going to stamp. We are going to stamp ever so much, and I'm going to stamp it in the nutmeg as well. And I'm going to put it out a little bit like this. There we go. Okay, I am done stamping. So Now I'm going to take some ribbon. This is actually green, New England ivy green twine that I got from the Enchantment ribbon collection. And I'm just gonna go around it. And what I usually do, okay, I've already measured this a little bit. I always cut so I have a little bit extra so that way I can get rid of it. I can just cut off and get the look that I'm looking for. And so I'm gonna go around it twice. And then come over here and I am going to, I'm gonna show you something too. Okay, this is really cool. I learned this I used to teach Red Cross first aid, and I actually learned this in a class a long, long time ago. If you ever want to make a knot and you want to make it so that it stays while you're tying it, what you do is you go over once like you always do, go over one more time. And then when you hold it, see how it stays a little bit better. So you can make a tighter knot. It doesn't come loose so easily. Look at that, see how nice it came out? I learned that was from our first aid, the bandaging. Okay, so I've got that. I'm gonna cut this. I just want a little, these are our micro tip scissors. These are the ones that are not non-stick. I like to cut ribbon with it. Got that. And what they did was they kind of went over it a little bit like this. Let me see if I can get it. I may not. I may should have done it before I started. No, I did it. There we go. That's how they did it. Isn't that cute? Then I'm going to take our I like the thin 3D foam tape. I like it. I can mail things that I normally wouldn't be able to mail, and I really like it. And I can cut off what I need. I am now using the micro stick scissors, the non-stick micro tip scissors. Oh, I can't talk today. Which these are my favorite tools, along with the Versamat. I have these all over my house because they are sharp, they do what I want them to do, and nothing sticks to them. I mean, I love it, I love it. Now, when you use 3D foam tape, you do not need a ton of tape. You really don't. I see people and they'll use up their whole roll of tape. I just kind of support the panel that I'm putting on, and so I am. Can you guys hear that rain? That is hysterical. It is hitting the roof and it is making a racket right now. So I'm going to take this off, and this actually is a very inexpensive card to make. Doesn't have a whole lot on it, a lot of stampings. And when I go to put something on, I start back down here and go there and make sure it's all even. There you go. See, it's popped up just a little bit. And now I'm going to finish it off with a little bit of bling. Not a lot, just a little bit. These are our gold glitter gems. And I'm going to put, let's say one here. And I'm going to put one here. And I'm going to put one down here. And there you go. I've got a super cute card. Wasn't super expensive to make. And it's very much my own card. So I hope you liked it. Now this is on, I'm not real fond of this one. I'm going to take the bigger one off. And I am going to save it. And I'm going to replace it with a smaller one. I think I like a smaller one better. Okay, yeah, I like that a little bit better. And anyway, these are self-adhesive. You can move them around a little bit. Sometimes I put them down and try to figure out if I want them somewhere else. Okay, so there you go. There's my card. It's all ready to go. And thank you for watching. Oh, this is on page 72 of the Annual Inspirations Catalog. Thank you.